So happy to be here. Again, if you are new, my name is Angela Petrilli, and I run through a song live with all of you, with my friends at Fishman, and it's a ton of fun. We go through each part of the song, note by note, chord by chord, talk about a little theory too, so it's a ton of fun. So if you're new to the Riff Rundown, welcome. So what we're gonna do today is You've Got to Hide Your Love Away by Beatles. So what I'd like for you to do, get your acoustic guitar, let's go ahead and put it in standard tuning for today. All right, so standard tuning, E string, A string, D string, G string, B string, and E string. That's how I want you tuning this guitar. All right, and it's gonna be a really fun one. I'd say definitely beginner friendly, but there's gonna be some very interesting chords here as far as like pivot points and stuff like that, but I'll talk you through it as always. So before we get started, you know I like to ask a question. So let me know where you are tuning in from and your favorite Beatles song. Where you are tuning in from and your favorite Beatles song. Again, this lesson is pre-recorded, but don't worry, we're still gonna have a ton of fun today. So here we go. This is You've Got to Hide Your Love Away by the Beatles. That's going to be the tune today. Again, a really fun one here. We're going to be really using our pinky finger when we are playing these chords today. So this is going to be a really great workout for that fourth finger. So let's go ahead and get started here. Now, as you've noticed at the top, strumming, really big important part of the song. So we want to make sure to keep this arm moving. Again, something I say, those of you who have tuned in from the very beginning, I always say this, you can't play anything fast, you can't play slow. So we're really gonna take our time with this one, making sure that that strumming hand keeps moving, okay? So let's go ahead and get started at the intro. The intro is just gonna be this one G chord here, all right? And it sounds like this, and I'll play it just a little bit slower. Do that again. One more time. All right, really cool, interesting thing, only happens once in the tune. So we're gonna play a G chord here. So we're gonna be using these four fingers. All right, get your first finger, second fret of the A string, that's our B note. Second finger reaching up to the third fret of the E string, that's our G. Third finger, third fret, the B string, that's our D note. Again, our 1 of G, our 3 of B, and our 5 of D. They're all there. And then your fourth finger, go ahead and place that on the third fret of the E string. It's another G note. We're gonna strum everything here. So that's gonna be the G chord that we're voicing here. So what we're gonna do here is it's gonna be a down, up, down, up. Just like that. Now, the next chord here sounds like this. Isn't that beautiful? All that is, we've got our G chord here. The first finger is going to be doing the work to make that chord happen. So check this out. You're going to release the first finger that was on the B note, right? What we're going to do now is we're just going to strum, okay, this G chord, which is still technically a G chord, kind of cool, right? Because the second finger here is muting that A string. That's what you want. This is okay. So check that out. Okay, this is good. As that's ringing, you're gonna hammer on the first finger on the second fret of that D string. So that would be an E note. Just like that. Isn't that beautiful? I'll do it without the commentary here so you can really hear that chord. that great? So we've got and see how that all gets one strum. Then from there, we're gonna go ahead upstroke, then back to our G chord downstroke. Okay, it's just like that, and that's our intro. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that here. I'm gonna give it just a little bit of speed. So here we go. Now I'm really making these strums really, really large so you can see when those up strums and those down strums happen. Let's do that one more time. All right, so that's what's happening there. We play it with a little speed at the top. Okay. So that's happening at the top. Now, something to keep in mind here with this entire song, that third fret of the E string, that G note that's up high right here, this is going to be a note that is really going to be ringing through a lot of these chords, all right? And it gives it kind of that 12 string sort of feel. Again, you guys, if you're enjoying these lessons, be sure to subscribe to the channel. It helps the cause. And if you want to find out more about all the cool Fishman gear that I'm using in these lessons, there's a link in the video description that you could check out. All the cool Fishman gear, including my R Spectrum DI, which I absolutely love when I'm playing acoustic. So check all that down below. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at the verse here. So I'm going to play through the verse without commentary. Here we go. So that's going to be our verse. All right, and we're going to get into the pre-chorus just after that. Pre-chorus is really, really fun. So what we're going to do here, starting with our G chord, the strumming pattern here I like is down, down, up, down, up. Sounds like this with the G chord. I'll do that one more time. From there, we're going to go to a D chord here. So we're playing that G chord in that fashion, right? We have our third finger on that D note, third fret of the B string. Check it out. As we switch to D, I want you to leave your third finger where it is, like that. Okay, so your first finger should be on A, second fret of the G string, and your middle finger should be on the second fret of the E string. That's our F sharp. So our 1, 3, 5, D, F sharp, A. There they are. You're going to strum from the D string downward, and it's going to be the same pattern. Down, down, up, down, up. All right? So that'll sound like this between the G chord and the D chord. Just like that. Let's go ahead and do that again. Now we're going to go to an F9. Here's how we're going to play this. And this is where that G note comes into play, all right? So we're going to play our F chord, okay, our 1, 3, 5, in that case is going to be F, A, C, but with the 9, right, it's going to be that G note there. So that's how we build that chord, all right? So your first finger is going to be on C, first fret of the B string, second finger, second fret of the G string, that's our A, and then our third finger is playing F on the third fret of the D string, all right? So we got that, okay? So far so good. Now you're going to get your fourth finger, placing that on the third fret of the G string. That's our third fret of the E string, which is our G note. There we go. And we're going to strum. The chord should sound like that. And this is just going to be a simple down up for this chord. This section is going to be a little bit quick here. So when we get to this F9, it's going to be a down up. Then we're going to keep our third finger, or our fourth finger, and our first finger in the same place because we're going to need this G and the C respectively for the next chord, which is going to be a C chord. All we're going to do here, okay? So you've got your first finger and your fourth finger, leave them there, okay? Second finger, move it up a string, okay, to the second fret of the D string, that's our E note. Third finger reaches up to the third fret of the A string, all right? For some of us beginners, this may be a little bit tough, but again, you can't play anything fast, you cannot play slow, so take your time with this. So the move there, F9 to C, with that added G in the bottom, okay? F9, like that, okay? You can do it, I believe in you, okay? This is a great chord, I want you to play it like this. So down, up, C chord downstroke. Now we're gonna switch one more time to a G chord. Lift the first finger. We're gonna give ourselves a little bit of a break, yes. Now, the second finger goes up to the second fret of the A string, which is our B note. Third finger reaches to the third fret of the E string, G. Strum that downwards as well. So that section, down, up, down, to G, down. And then from there, we continue that pattern, down, down, up, up. I'll play through that again. So here we go, play it through slowly. Here we go, follow along. Okay, let's do that one more time. From there, we're gonna go to a regular old C chord, okay? First finger, first fret of that B string, C. Second finger, second fret of the D string, E. Third finger, third fret, A string, C. Strum from the A string downward. And guess what? Down, down, up, down, up. Now, once we get to this next part here, okay? We're gonna go ahead and do a C sus2. Sounds like a scary chord, don't worry, it's actually kind of awesome. Doesn't that sound great? Okay, so all we do there for a C sus2 is lift that second finger up. Now, what's happening there is that D string is open, and that's the sus2. It's a cool open chord, which is kind of nice, okay? So in context, with that C sus to C, sounds like this. Feel free to follow along. You can do this. Here we go. And don't forget, okay, keeping that G ringing on that C chord. And there goes that sus2. Let's do that again. C, C sus. Back to our F9, down, down, up, C, down, down, up. Okay, let's do that again. From there, we go back to G, to D, to our F9 C G really fast, C, C sus, F9, C. Now we go to D. Lucky for us, same strumming pattern, down, down, up, all right? And the D chord here, D, F sharp, A, right? Did that at the top. now what we're gonna do here is we're gonna play a D sus2. Again, sounds like a very interesting chord, right? Not very hard to play. All we're gonna do, play this D chord here like this. Lift up your first finger and now play it again. Beautiful, beautiful chord. On that first downstroke is where we want it. And you're gonna hammer that first finger back down, completing the D chord again. So let's go through that whole first verse. Here we go. I'm gonna speed it up just a little bit. Here we go. From there, we immediately go to verse 2, all right? And verse 2 is exactly the same, all right? Except we don't go to the F9, to the C, to the D sus2. That's where we go right into the pre-chorus, okay? So that's gonna sound like this. I'll play through the entirety of verse 2, and you'll see how we substitute that D to D sus2 with the pre-chorus of this beautiful walk down that happens around this D chord. All right, so verse 2 sounds like this. Check it out. Pre-chorus. All right, so we substitute that D to D sus2 with the pre-chorus. So let's go ahead and talk about the pre-chorus and how to play it. So what we've got here is we're going to play it like this. Chorus after that. So what we do is we strike the root note. In this case, we're going to start with a D chord. So what we're going to do here is strike the open D string and then give me a good down, up strum. So it'll sound like this with the D note. Then what we're going to do here is we're going to be doing a descending bass line going from D to C to B to A. Okay? So now let's get to C. So what I want you to do here, from that D note, chord, get your second finger here, reaching up to the C note right there on the third fret of the A string. Keep your second and third finger where they are. So I'm sorry, your first finger and your third finger where they are. Okay. So watch that move again. Think of that first finger and third finger as your pivot. So here we go. Strike the C note, and then we're going to strike that part of that D chord, right? But that doesn't have the F sharp because we moved our middle finger here. Again, down, up there. Try not to hit that open E string, all right? So let's go ahead and do that nice and slowly. One more time. Now what we're going to do here is we're going to do D chord over B. So get our first finger here. Our first finger and third finger are going to switch places, or our first finger and our second finger are going to switch places. So check this out. First finger, move it up to the second fret of the A string. It's our B note. Our second finger here, place that on the A note, second fret G string. It will sound like this. Okay, so again, we strike the note, down, up strumming on the chord. Like that. So let's go ahead and do those 3 chords. Here we go. D, D over C, D over B, just like that. Let's do that one more time. And then finally D over A. Guess what? Regular old D chord, okay? Bring that second finger back to that F sharp, 2nd fret E string, hit the A string, down, up strum there, okay? So let's go ahead and do that entire pre-chorus. Here we go. Let's do that again. Like that. So in context with verse 2, that sounds like this, and I'm going to play it to speed. So here we go. Pre-chorus. It's a quick moving one. Again, this song is 2 minutes and 9 seconds, so it moves fast, moves quickly. So that's what's happening there. So that pre-chorus then leads us to the chorus, which sounds like this. Chorus again. So that's what's happening there. I played it a little bit slower, so let's go ahead and talk it through. So that bass line, right, that descending bass line that's happening in the pre-chorus leads us to land very beautifully in the chorus, because we've got that D note there to C, B, A, to G, right there. It's pretty cool, right? So we've got G here, and again, same strumming pattern. Down, down, up, down, up. And from there, we're gonna do a little bit of a walking bass line here too. So that sounds like this. And that final note leads into a C chord. We'll talk about that in a second. So we're gonna get our 2nd finger here, 3rd fret of the E string. Okay, open A string. Get your 2nd finger here, placing that on the B note, 2nd fret of the A string, because this is going to lead us very beautifully into our C chord, which comes right after this. So what you're going to do is you're going to strike the C note there, but you're going to have the C chord ready to go. All right, so that's going to look like this. I'll play it through slowly. Let's do that again. We'll keep it at that tempo. Let's do that again. Okay, here we go. C chord. Last time here we go. Let's speed it up a little. One more time for good luck. Why not? Here we go. Okay, so just like that. So notice how that C chord, I got 2 measures there. So what we're gonna do here is this part, which is probably my favorite part of the song to play. It sounds like this. It's a very beautiful progression of D sus4 to D major to D sus2, back to D major. So the strumming pattern maintains, it's the same, down, down, up, down, up. So we're gonna go to our D sus4, here's how we play it. Let's first start with the D major chord, okay, the regular one that we know. You're gonna get your fourth finger here, placing that on the 3rd fret of the E string, which is G. And you're gonna go down, down, up, down, up. It'll sound like this. Then we're gonna go to a D chord. Release the 4th finger, same strumming pattern, down, down, up, down, up. Then we're gonna go to D sus2, lifting that middle finger there, the open E string, same strumming pattern. Then back to D major. All right, so just like that. Let's go through that series of chords there. Okay, so here we go. Go ahead and do that again. Let's do it a little faster. And from there, the chorus repeats. So here's the entire chorus. Again. That's what's happening there in that chorus. Again, very beginner-friendly chords, but this one does take time, particularly if you want to build up that 4th finger. This is a great song to really build up the strength in that 4th finger. So again, if all of you are enjoying these lessons, be sure to subscribe to the channel, click the like button, and all that good stuff. Be sure to subscribe and get notifications and all that stuff. It really does help the cause a lot. And again, with these lessons, it's just such an honor to help all of you learn how to play guitar, and it's just such a blast. And I really, I'm glad I get messages from you all the time that these lessons are really helping you guys play. So that makes me really happy. So let's spread the love and share these videos with a friend that you know is learning how to play guitar. So let's go ahead and do this. Let's go ahead and start from the very top here. Intro, verse 1, verse 2, pre-chorus. Let's see how much of this we can get through. So here we go from the top. Verse 1. Now to verse 2, and this is where that tambourine comes in. Here's our pre-chorus, chorus. Chorus. So that's the tune, folks. One of my favorite Beatles songs to play. And again, it's a really fun one to work out that 4th finger. If you want to build it up, it's a really great song to look at. So after that first chorus, we go into a 3rd verse to a 4th verse, to another pre-chorus, into a double chorus, and then that's where we have the flute solo at the end, which is just another verse. Be sure to end it at G. So that's what's happening there. Again, a very beautiful song here, very beautiful chords. The Beatles sure wrote some good ones, and it's just such an honor to learn and such an honor to teach all of you how to play it. So again, wishing you all much success in your musical journeys, and I will see you all next time. Have fun with this.